Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day as we enter Superman number 27, the Palace of Perilous play. It is the second ever appearance of the recurring Superman villain, the Toy Man, who, of course, had a very interesting introduction where he was smart enough to know that Superman would try to save people over trying to capture him. So it should be at least interesting. And it actually does get interesting. For a while there, it's maybe not interesting, but Toyman is legitimately an interesting villain. You kind of have to be interesting if you're a guy who builds toys to fight people. The Toyman, now having an afro instead of like his weird curly golden locks he had before, escapes from prison using a toy life-size Superman doll he has. I don't know why they let him have that or the materials to build that, but I mean, that is beyond me. Why would you let him have that? There is sort of like the suggestion that people think it's the real Superman and we're going to do a story about like a toy Superman doing bad things while Superman's good name is ruined. That is not what's happening. It gets thrown out the window immediately. He buys like a coin operated place and then uses his toys to build like complicated action things, so people are giving up their money and it's like the hot place to be. Once again, his ability at building toys could make him super rich. Just tons of money. Instead, he does this. Now, his main plan here is blackmailing people. At one point, we see an actress come in and he reveals like some scandalous photos to her while the coin-operated machine does, and she needs to pay more or else he's going to release them. So now I have the question of, where did he get these photos and how did he know she would specifically show up here? Like magic. There has to be a better plan here. He eventually sees Lois there, and Lois means Superman's going to eventually show up, and he wants revenge on Superman, so he captures Lois, and as we know, this is the biggest mistake you can make. But the Toy Man has thought of that. Oh, yes, he has. He puts her in this big glass tube, and if anything happens to the tube, acid will immediately pour in and kill her. If Superman, like, breaks the tube or lifts it, it will explode. So he's created a bunch of fail-safes for a death trap that Superman can't come in there. Thinking about Superman's limitations, Luthor hasn't even pulled that off yet. The only way to save her is to go through this maze that's full of obstacles, and by obstacles I mean death traps. Like flamethrowers and other things to try to hurt Superman. But of course, all this stuff ends up just being, well, toys to him. And he does save Lois. Before he's about to save Lois, he does unleash all the coin-operated machines to attack the people. So Superman has to take them all out. But once again, they're all basically just toys to him. Dangerous to humans, not so much to the God-Man. And he puts away the Toy Man. I almost said the Toy Maker. The Toy Man. For him to escape in near future story. It doesn't go all that long before we see the Toy Man again. He is a great villain. And it ends the usual Superman way with like Lois bragging about getting the scoop, or I think Clark gets the scoop this time, and her saying he lacks color, and Clark laughing about that. It's whatever. It's how most of these end. But yeah, the Toy Man is a fascinating villain, and at least this is maybe one of the more weaker Toy Man stories. He at least pulls off like a death trap and an actual complication for Superman that was actually thinking about what Superman can and can't do. Like, he's not going to risk Lois's life, and he's very brute force. So you make something that you absolutely can destroy if brute force is added to it. So yeah, once again, Toyman's story is much better than, say, the Prankster or the Thinker or the one I'm forgetting about that's also really annoying. He's really good at card games. Anyway, okay, that is it from Superman number 27, the Palace of Perilous play. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story in either Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? And what's going on with the Toy Man's hair? Okay, have a great day.